Welcome to Brandon Sports Talk, everybody. Hope everybody's having a great day. Now, in today's video, I just want to give you guys my thoughts and opinions about Josh Rosen, the backup quarterback in Miami right now as we speak. As you guys know, he was drafted in the first round, 10th overall by the Arizona Cardinals, but then he was traded to the Miami Dolphins and never really given a full shot. But in this video, I'm basically going to tell you why we should not give up on him and why the Saints should also trade for him to be the successor to Drew Brees. Now, first we're going to look at Josh Rosen's time with the Cardinals. In 2018, games played, he played 14 games and started 13. Completions, he had 217 completions, attempts 393. Percentage was 55.2%. Yards, 2,278. Touchdowns, 11 to interceptions, 14. Also, quarterback rating of 66.7. Sacked 45 times in 3 and 10 as a starter. Also, you have to put into an account that he had no offensive line, no running game, a first-year head coach, and no organizational support. They didn't want to draft him, but they drafted him anyway because they knew that they needed a quarterback. Then you bring in a new head coach again, and then they get rid of him, send him to Miami Dolphins for a second-round pick. And then when you look at his time with the Miami Dolphins, games played, he played in 5 games. He game started. He started 3 games. Completions 58, attempts 109. Percentage was 53.2, yards 567, touchdowns 1, interceptions 5, quarterback rating of 52, sacked 16 times, 0 and 3 as a starter. And when you look at the details of that, just like I laid out with the Cardinals, he was never given a full-time chance. Offensive line was well below average in Miami. Coaches never believed in him. They traded for him for a second-round pick from the Arizona Cardinals. They got the second-round pick, and when they got the second-round pick, obviously they used it in the draft. But the problem was that they didn't believe in him to even give him the reins to start. We know what Ryan Fitzpatrick is. Ryan Fitzpatrick, listen, he's a good journeyman. He's a decent quarterback. He was never the franchise quarterback. Even in Buffalo, he was never the franchise. At the same time, Josh Rosen was never ever given a chance in Arizona, which was not fair because they didn't believe him, but they drafted him anyway for some reason. And then not only that, but also the Miami Dolphins, to me, appeared to not believe in him because, let's just put it like this. If the Miami Dolphins don't get Justin Herbert, they don't get Tua, Joe Burrow, or Jordan Love, the other quarterback. If they don't get any of these quarterbacks, to me, they're probably going to tank again this year with Ryan Fitzpatrick, and they're going to go after Trevor Lawrence. And I just think, for me, it's really ridiculous how the Miami Dolphins haven't given Josh Rosen a chance. Listen, put him with a defensive coach. Let him on. People say, oh, well, he doesn't read defenses really well, yada, yada, yada. Well, if he doesn't read defenses well, sit down with the coach and help him out. Offensive coach, defense coaches, if you trade for a quarterback who you think can help your franchise, then you need to sit down with him so he can improve and get better. Maybe that's what he did all last season, but he's still a good quarterback. But anyway, the reason why I'm doing this video is because, as you guys see, I did, if you look back on the channel, I already did 2 previous videos on him. But if you look at the teams that need a backup quarterback now, listen, Taysom Hill, he's a good quarterback. He's a good gadget guy. Maybe someday he can be a franchise quarterback, maybe. But to me, I'm sorry. Josh Rosen's better than him. There's a reason why Josh Rosen was drafted in the first round. I know people can say, well, not every first round pick makes it. No, but he can make it with the right coach. Look at the coach that he had at UCLA, and you tell me. If you give him Sean Payton and he can learn behind Drew Brees. Listen, Drew Brees signed a 2-year contract. A 2-year contract for the same price that he did when he signed the previous 2-year contract. If you let Josh Rosen sit behind Drew Brees for 2 years, think about it. And also, you guys know, Drew Brees signed a 2-year deal with NBC, so when he retires, he'll go there. I don't think he'll be there next year. I think he'll be there the year after that. So you have Drew Brees now. You have Taysom Hill. That team can carry 3 quarterbacks. You carry Teddy Bridgewater, Taysom Hill, and Drew Brees last year. Now Teddy Bridgewater's with the Panthers. But if you look at it now, Josh Rosen can fit with New Orleans. You put him in. I don't think Belichick's going to trade for him. I would trade for him if I'm Belichick and, let him be the quarterback of that team. But if Belichick doesn't do it and this New Orleans Saints don't take a chance on Jameis Winston, who I really like. Well, a lot of people don't like Jameis Winston, but that's another video for another day. But I like Jameis Winston, by the way. But still, it's Josh Rosen can benefit from being with Sean Payton, a guy who can make him work hard, be behind Drew Brees, who he can learn from. He can learn the system for 2 years. He can sit. They don't really. If you trade for him, you give him 3rd or 4th round pick. They don't owe him any money. The signing bonus has already been completed. And besides that, he's been in the league when he was with Arizona and he was with Miami. He still has 2 years left on the deal, and they still have the 5th-year option that they could pick up. So if you have Drew Brees there for 2 years, or you trade for Josh Rosen, he learns the system. Drew Brees retires the next year, second year into the contract. He says, you know what, I'm done. I'm done playing. Josh Rosen is there, and not only do you have Josh Rosen to be there, but also to look at it, you also have another 5th-year option just in case if he does play well. And if he doesn't play well, you get the 2 years, and then you go get Trevor Lawrence, or you get a quarterback who's going to come after Trevor Lawrence, or you could draft another quarterback in this year's draft that'll be in the lower rounds. But Josh Rosen is a perfect quarterback to be with Sean Payton. Sean Payton, I think, could get a lot out of him. Even I think Belichick could get a lot out of him too. I don't know where else he's going to go. I think also if Pittsburgh does not pick up a backup quarterback, because I thought Mason Rudolph would be the guy because he's built just like Big Ben. I think he just weighs a little bit less than Big Ben or whatever the case may be, but I thought he's going to be good, and it turns out that he's okay. To me, I think he needs more time to sit. He should have sat down for 3 years. I know the Pittsburgh Steelers, they were doing pretty good, but if they don't bring in Jameis Winston behind Big Ben, or let's say Big Ben decides to stay, then if I'm the Pittsburgh Steelers, I go after Josh Rosen too. Put him with a defensive coach so he can read the defenses. Give him a good offensive coordinator that they have in Pittsburgh now. Let him learn. Let him sit behind Ben and let him learn. You have Mason Rudolph. You could put Doug Hodges on the practice squad. If somebody needs him as a backup, you could use him as a backup. That team can also carry 3 quarterbacks. I mean, they have 4 quarterbacks. They traded Josh Dobbs to the Jacksonville Jaguars. So if you look at it, Josh Rosen could be a perfect fit for New Orleans and maybe even New England, because I think he'll toughen him up. And not only that, he'll also be a fit for Pittsburgh, because with Mike Tomlin, with that defense, and they continue to build the offensive line, you have Juju Smith-Schuster, you have James White, you actually have 3 running backs with James Conner, Samuels, and I think the last name of the other guy is Snell, Snell, Sneal, whatever the case. Sorry if I didn't say his name correctly. It's actually coming to me on top of my head right now as I do this video. The names are popping up. But anyway, if you look at it, Pittsburgh is a choice. New England, Bill Belichick and Mike Tomlin, those are some tough coaches. And plus, Mike Tomlin, the year that he had with Big Ben being out, they need a security blanket. And Josh Rosen is one of them. You can have him sit behind Big Ben this year, because I think he's going to be done after this year. So you also have Pittsburgh, you have New Orleans, and you have New England. Those are 3 teams that could really use him right now. Obviously, other teams in the division don't need. The Jets don't need him, and the Buffalo Bills don't need him. And an extra team that you would say would be Denver, but they have Drew Lock, and I think Drew Lock can be the guy. He played very well towards the end of the season. Let him get familiar with the system. Pat Shermer's over there in Denver, so you can't really look at Denver. You look at the Chargers, I think they're going to draft the quarterback. They act like Tyrod Taylor. Oh, Tyrod. Listen, Tyrod Taylor is good. They're going to draft the quarterback, and if they don't, they'll probably sign Cam Newton, Jameis Winston, or whatever the case may be. So that's really pretty much out of the picture. Derek Carr, to me, he's probably going to get traded next year. I know they're in Oakland. Not Oakland, but I know they're in Las Vegas. So if they're in Las Vegas, to me, I think Trevor Lawrence makes the perfect sense to go to the Raiders, but that's another video in itself. But if you just look at the teams, Pittsburgh, New England, and New Orleans are the 3 teams that you should look out for to get Rosen. Listen, Brian Hoyer, we know what he is in New England. We don't know who Stidham is. You put Rosen with Belichick, have a competition, and bring out the best in them. New Orleans, you have him there, and then you bring him to New Orleans, and you have him there. He can just learn the system and learn. By the way, Sean Payton, before last season started, when there was rumors of him going to be the Dallas Cowboys head coach, and I don't know why the media didn't report this, but he signed a 5-year extension with the Saints unless you trade him with the first overall pick. With a first-round pick, you trade for a coach or whatever, then Sean Payton is going to be in New Orleans. So why not just get Josh Rosen, have him learn for a year or 2, and after that, pick up that 5th-year option and use him. It would be the perfect situation for him to be in New Orleans. Like I said, Pittsburgh, with Mike Tomlin, will toughen him up. Good defense, good offensive line, got a good running back. They need a receiver and probably need another running back just in case James they don't think James Conner's the guy. There are teams set up for the future now with older quarterbacks that you can plug in the guys so that they can learn. You can plug them in, and then they can eventually be on the rise and be on the come up and become good quarterbacks and become success stories. Also, by the way, don't mind the noise in the background. Everything's going. Certain things are going in motion right now. But anyway, so let me know in the comment section below, how do you guys feel about Josh Rosen? Do you guys think that he hasn't been given a fair shake? I think he hasn't been given a fair shake. I think that other teams need to look in and see what they can get out of him, what smart offensive coaches can get out of him, I think that when you look at those teams that I just named, it's the perfect fit for him to sit and learn. Let him learn what he needs to do. So let me know in the comment section down below how you guys feel about everything. Subscribe to the channel. That's all I ask you guys. Subscribe to the channel and like the videos. Watch the videos all the way through. I'm going to be giving you guys more content on different other athletes who I think should be given second chances, especially guys like Jameis Winston and possibly Cam Newton. But other than that, subscribe to the channel, like the videos. I'll be back with more videos. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Hit that thumbs up. Share with your friends and family. Until next time, guys. Thank you for watching. Peace.